Hello. Sorry if I sound a little bad. I've been sick recently. Uh, Today we're making Junko Enoshima from Danganronpa. This is what she looks like. I went ahead and made her like normal. Um, I dropped the physique all the way down to 0 as Junko is a kind of lengthy teenager or young adult. Blue brown, I went with the lightest option for her skin tone because Junko is really pale. You could also go with the light Caucasian skin tone. It's really the two lightest skin tones they have. Hair, I chose this option as it's the only pigtails in the game. You could make your own using this option and the accessory hair clips, but it would take a lot of work. If you're on PC, there is a mod that you can have an unlimited amount of accessories, pretty much. So that would be your best bet to make something as close to hers. I chose this option in Ash 1 for that pinkish blonde, because in like most of the games that I remember and from the pictures I looked at recently, she has this kind of pinkish tone to her blonde hair. I chose this blonde too. If you scroll all the way up with this, it'll be kind of platinum blonde. Go all the way down, you end up with full pink blonde. So I left it at 30. Uh, Hair shine, as usual, is personal preference with Junko because she kind of does have a little shine in all of her games and pictures. I left it up there. For her face, uh, I chose this option. See, Junko has really big eyes, but she also has an angular face, which made this kind of a tough choice, but I end up with this one. For eyes, I chose this option because Junko has kind of like that ring in the middle of her eye around her pupil, and she also has really small pupils. You could use this option too, but it doesn't blend the colors together as much as this one I chose. Um, Standard white Seclara, and I chose this blue. It's kind of like the pastel threes blue a little bit. I also went with a gray color here because a cold gray because Junko has kind of a bluish gray kind of eyes. The eye shine doesn't matter. I don't remember Junko ever having eye shine. Another thing about the gray eyes is I went with a little brighter blue there because if I went with a little darker, from farther away it would look gray. Eye size, I gave her 7 because Junko has really big eyes. Vertical position, I left at 3. And edge thickness, I left all the way up at 9 because Junko's eyes have a kind of black circle going around them to help them stand out better with her art style. Eyebrows, she has very thin, long eyebrows, so I chose this option. You could also choose this option right here if you want her to have her little angry look a little bit more. Default brown for the color of them. Junko generally has eyelashes coming out of the bottom eyelid and the top, so I chose this option. And I maxed out the monotone black eyeliner because in a lot of pictures and in the game she has black eyeliner. Face paint. If you go over to the blush and you move it up to the top of her eyes and kind of inward towards her nose a little bit, make it bigger. You can get something kind of like how when she's doing that rock on kind of look with her tongue hanging out, her area around her eyes gets red. Are no panda kind of teddy bears in the game. Not just teddy bear. I don't know why I said panda. You so I went with the hearts. You could also use these pumpkins or skulls. Skulls would probably end up working better. You just need to color them black and white. As you can see, like I said, I went with the hearts, and I used a metallic white and black to help them stand out against their hair better. Junko also has a ribbon on her clothes usually. As you can see here, I adjusted it underneath her tie but over top of her uniform using that red so that it looks like it's a part of her uniform better. For clothing, I chose this option. And I took off almost all the accessories. I left the skirt on. And you can get rid of this if you want. You don't have to have that on. I chose interior black here. It doesn't matter if you choose interior black, monotone black, interior 3 black, just some kind of black for the vest here. Junko has a black coat on usually. I chose monotone white for the shirt because Junko has a white kind of dresser underneath her black jacket. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter. I just picked interior 1 black here. I chose this bright or kind of dark red right there for the highlighting of the lining of her uniform and boots to help them stand out a little better. The mask doesn't really matter. I don't remember Junko ever wearing a gas mask. She might have. It's been a while since I played the games. Personal preference for the mask frame. I chose this voice option.
Understood.
Junko has a very kind of high-pitched voice, but most of the high-pitched voices in Code Vein kind of sound childlike, so that's why I just went with Type 2. And that's it. Junko Enoshima from Danganronpa.
Yeah, that's what you look like. Now, we can finally meet.